couple of videos ago, I asked if you wanted to see me playing some Pokemon trading card game, in addition to just collecting it and opening packs on the channel. It was a resounding yes, but at this stage, I'm still far too much of a chicken to go and play it somewhere in person with real people. So I'm going to play a little bit online and show you what I've been getting up to over there. Hello folks, and welcome to something a little bit different here on the channel. I'm going to be playing some Pokemon trading card game online. We've still not got the trading card live game, the new version of the online client available here in the UK. I think it's only available in Canada at the moment. So we are playing on the old system, but this is how I've spent all of my free time recently. I'm going to show you the deck that I've been playing. I'm going to show you a little bit around my my statistics in game, and then I'm going to have a couple of games to show you both what the client is like if you've never used it before, and also so you can see just how bad I am at the game. Full disclosure up front, I am still very much a new TCG player. I opened my first pack of Pokemon cards less than 2 months ago, and in fact we can check the statistics in game. You can see that as of right now I have still only played 206 games of Pokemon TCG, so that to me suggests I'm still very much a new player. But if you are excited for this kind of content, if you want to see more stuff like this on the channel, because I realize this is very different from any kind of video I've made on the channel before, if you want to see more stuff like this, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and also use the comment section to let me know what you'd like to see me doing. What I'm already kind of concocting a plan for is some kind of subscriber tournament thing, if enough of you are interested in playing in something like that. But obviously we need the interest there on the videos in the first place to be able to go down that route. So if you're not familiar with the Pokemon TCGO client, I'm not going to dwell too much on how it looks and how it works, because like I say, it is going to be changing very soon. The new version is currently in beta in Canada, but basically what it allows you to do is you can redeem the little code cards. I think I've got some on my desk as a demonstration. You can redeem the little code cards that you get in every physical copy of cards on here, either by scanning the QR code or entering the code. And for every physical pack of cards you get, you can then also redeem a digital version of the same set. It won't necessarily be the same 10 cards, but it'll be a pack from the same set. I have redeemed a lot of packs at this point. I'm not sure if I've got any sat there ready to open at the moment. I'm keeping these 125 there because when you transfer over from online to live, if you have 125 packs, they'll convert over into goodies and things in the new one. So they're just going to sit there untouched. What I have got is a chest that I can open. And you basically open the chests and the packs up on the app, and it adds new cards and stuff to your collection. So I have got a lot of cards in my online collection, plus a lot of other bits and bobs as well, boxes and coins and all manner of things in there. And by playing, you earn tokens, which you can then use in the shop to buy more packs. In fact, I've got enough tokens to buy some packs, so I can demonstrate buying some packs now. There's no way to spend real money in game. There are ways to buy the code cards outside of the actual app, but in game there's no way to actually throw real money at it. So it is all done using the in-game currency, which is, I think, quite cool. And you can open up the packs and then they open up on screen like this. If you're interested in seeing me opening all the packs from the physical stuff digitally as well, let me know, and again we can look into that, and they just appear in the collection. You can then use them in the decks that you want to build. The key thing though is you're able to do trades on here. So if you get stuff that is half decent, but you want to get stuff that fits your decks better, you can trade that stuff. Is it going to let me show you my trade history? Because I have done quite a few trades. There you can see all the trades that I've been doing, trying to build the decks that I want to build. So I've managed to pull quite a few Arceus Vs, which are like gold dust on here at the moment. And also I've traded for some packs as well, basically to collect together Mew Vs, Mew VMAXs, Genesect Vs, and just various other bits and bobs that I need for the decks that I've been putting together. And you can see that I managed to get 45 celebrations packs for one quick ball. It was a golden quick ball. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take 45 celebrations packs. Absolutely, I will. But I've been able to put together some pretty decent decks on here. I'm starting with the basic ones that you get in game, which you've got down there. Some of the theme decks, some of the decks that I've bought, like the single strike and rapid strike Urshifu decks. But I've now got 3 main decks that I play with more than anything. An upgraded version of the 2 Urshifu decks, and my current favorite deck, my Mew VMAX deck, which is ripped straight off of Pokemon.com. There was a guide for how to build this deck and how to play this deck, and it is a great deck. The general gist of how it works is your main attack cards are your Mew VMAXs. So I have 4 Mew Vs, 3 Mew VMAXs, and kind of want to have them on active the whole time. And then on the bench, I like to have a couple of Genesects. The great thing about the Genesect is it allows you to draw cards according to how many Fusion Strike Pokemon you currently have in play. Every Pokemon in the deck is Fusion Strike. So if we have an active and a full bench, we can always draw up to 6 cards every turn, which means we're constantly drawing cards out of the deck, which is really helpful. Plus this 210 attack, Technoblast attack, works really well with VMAX, which has this cross Fusion Strike, which for 2 energy allows you to use any attack of any of your other fusion Pokemon. So for 2 energy, you can do a 210 attack using the VMAX Mew, as long as you've got a Genesect V on the bench. It works brilliantly. We then have an Oricorio on there because it just reduces the damage that Fusion Strike Pokemon take, and a Latias on there because it allows you to grab energies back out of the like add extra energies, and just as an extra attack with the Dyna barrier as well, which is pretty useful with VMAX Pokemon in play. The whole trainer cards are then kind of built around getting set up as quickly as possible. So you have a Mew in the active and then the bench set up how you want it. So we've got lots of cards that allow us to pull the cards that we want out of the deck. You can see we've got 4 quick balls. We've got the 4 great balls as well. We've got Fog Crystal, which allows you to pull basic Pokemon out of the deck. Cross Switcher and Switch. And we've got Boss's Orders that allow you to shuffle around who the active Pokemons are on both sides of Pokemons. And then also lots of ways to draw energy out of the deck. Elisa's Sparkle is particularly useful for that, as is Fog Crystal. And we can also boost up the power of our attacks with Power Tablet, get to our VMAX quickly with Evolution Index. We've got a lot of cool stuff in here. And because of all that, only 7 energies. And we have 4 Fusion Strike energies and 3 Psychic energies, which doesn't seem like a lot of energies, but really all we need is 2 energies on one Mew VMAX, 2 energies on another Mew VMAX. We don't need any energy anywhere else because we're going to keep using those 2 for our attacking. When it works brilliantly. When it doesn't work, I still get absolutely hammered. I will emphasize again, I'm a very new player, so sometimes it goes really well, sometimes it goes desperately wrong, and I am a little bit nervous about showing you me playing. If you don't want to go straight online, if you are a new player and you don't want to go straight online, you do have the option to do tutorials and offline trainer challenges and things, but the most fun I've had is once I've started going online. So we are going to be brave and go online and try and show you this Mew VMAX deck in action. I'm not going to show you loads and loads of gameplay today because I don't want the video to end up really long, but we'll show a game or 2 so that you can see things in full flow. So we start off with the toss. You can see that I have lost the toss and my opponent is going to decide who goes first. I'm hoping they decide I get to go first because I do like to go first. Everything in life, I always like to go first. They're taking their time. They are going to go first. So we draw our cards out, and that is pretty much what we would want, really. We've got the Mews out there straight away, so we'll put 1 in the active, 1 on the bench, and then our job for the rest of the first turn is to try and get some energy onto our active Mew and get to the point where we're ready to evolve up to a Mew VMAX and get some Genesects out onto the bench. So that's what we're going to be playing towards with everything else that we've got down here on the bench. So they're going to be using a Dracozolt, which looks like it's got a pretty beefy attack. We've just drawn a Mew VMAX, which is super handy because we can slap that straight on there in turn 2, which is really useful. So now what we're going to do having a careful look at our supporter cards, we're going to use Elisa's Sparkle, which allows us to put a Fusion Strike Pokemon onto both of these Mews already. So we get energy onto both of those straight away, meaning in turn 2, we just need to apply the Mew VMAX and get another energy from somewhere, and we can be attacking with our Mew VMAX, either doing 130 damage with Max Miracle, or if we manage to find a Genesect, we can use the Cross Fusion Strike to do the 210 damage off of the Genesect. So we will use our Rotom phone to try, let's see, we'll put Fog Crystal as our next active card. This hasn't been the most generous selection of cards that we can have, because it's not giving us an easy route to getting the Genesect. We don't have a way to draw any cards, but what we can do is do Energy Mix, which allows us to whack an extra energy onto our Mew V. Is it doing it? There you go. So we now have 2 energy on there. So next turn, we're going to be ready to attack using the Mew VMAX. I would really like to find the Genesect, though, because without the Genesect there constantly drawing cards from the deck, it is a slow deck to get moving. And you see they're straight up on their VMAX as well. They don't have any energies in place yet. But if they get to 4 energies, they've then got an attack that can do 200 damage, which will wipe us out fairly quickly. We don't want to see them getting up to 4 energies on there anytime soon. We want to take them out of play before we get to that point. But if we go up to our Mew VMAX there, we can use Power Tablet to boost the power of that this turn. So we'll now do 160 damage. Just checking that I don't know what's resistant and weak to what yet. I'm still quite new. Just checking we didn't have a resistance to psychic attacks. We don't, which is handy. I'm going to use Peony to discard. It's not ideal discarding the boss's orders. The switch we can get around because Mews have 0 retreat cost, but we really need to be able to get our hands on a Genesect, and I'd quite like to get the other Mew VMAX up and running as well. So I've messed up there because now I'm going to waste my evolution insect. Don't do what I just did. That was a mistake because I was explaining rather than concentrating. I've just wasted an evolution incense, which is a big problem. But what we've now got is the Genesect, which is what we were talking about before, allows me to draw cards up to however many Fusion Strike Pokemon that we've got. We can now use the Fog Crystal to grab another energy, which we can put on this other Mew, which now means with no retreat costs on either of them, we can just keep swapping back and forth between the 2 of them. So we can use this Technoblast attack, which means you can't attack the next turn, but we can just swap between the 2 of them. The only problem is, the only thing stopping that as a plan at the moment is the lack of a second VMAX card, but we now have that, which is perfect. I mean, we have got this. We have got this, boys and girls. So we're going to use Cross Fusion Strike. We're going to Technoblast. It's also been extra juiced up by the what's it that we had on there before. Why did we take all that damage? What have they got on here? During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put half of the attack back onto me. I did not see. I should pay more attention. I need to read my opponent's cards. So we've taken 120 damage because of the move that they did the turn before, but they're presumably going to want to keep doing that attack. They're removing a lot of this damage with all of these cards that they've got. How many of these healing cards have they got? This is bonkers. So we're in a position to do another 240 this turn. If they heal any more, then we can't take them out. But if they... well, 240... I need to do Kev maths now, which is always a bit of a problem. 240 will take them out. But they've now got the potion, so we can't take them out on the next turn, which is not ideal. And they've now done even more damage on us. What I really want now is a Mew on my bench, because if I can get a Mew on my bench, which we're going to try and get, there's a move that we can do with a Mew. We don't have one. They must all be in my prizes. We have got 2 more Mews. But the Mew V, not the VMAX, has a move that allows you to shuffle the card back into the deck, which takes the damage away, which is ideally what I'd want to do here, because that VMAX is struggling. We've been we've been schooled a little bit there by not paying attention to what's going on around me. Right, we're gonna really try and find a Mew. So we are gonna need cards that allow us to search through the entire deck. So if we take a quick ball and then just we'll waste a cross switcher just so I can flick through the entire deck. Please tell me I've got a Mew in here. Oh, there's a Genesect. We could take a second one of those, I guess. There must be 2 Mews in my prize cards because we've not discarded a Mew, I don't think. No, that is frustration. They're also blocking my Genesect with the path to the peak. That means that there's no abilities currently in play. So what we could also really do with doing is drawing one of our stadium cards so that we can block that out. Right. We're going to take half the damage again here, but I don't think we have any option other than to just keep hitting them hard. So we'll hit them hard again. And yeah, we're going to take half of that, but they are teetering on the brink now and hopefully won't have as many healing cards as they had before. Inexplicably, they still haven't put a second Pokemon onto their bench, which means they are on the edge of being eliminated at any moment. It's dangerous territory for them to be in, and they are still really focusing in on just healing this Pokemon. Of course, if they get to 4 energy, we have a different kind of big problem. Well played. Thank you very much. And he's conceded. So he doesn't have another Pokemon there. He knew we were going to hit him hard again next turn. And we pick up the win. Because all we were going to do the next turn is just swap those 2 VMAXs over again and hit him hard with the Technoblast again. So we pick up a win, which is lovely old stuff. Right, I think we'll play one more. Because we didn't get that fully flowing in action there. He defended against it quite well and just didn't get any luck with the cards that he was drawing. Just unless he had a weird deck that didn't have much in the way of Pokemon in there. But let's play one more game. You can also play online tournaments, but I find the standard of playing the tournaments is way above my ability level at the moment, so I'm avoiding them. You can see we've had to do a mulligan there. We didn't get any Pokemon out on our first group of 7, but this time we have what we wanted again. We've got the Mew down there, so we'll get him straight up and into play. And similar thing to last time, we want to get to the point where we have a Mew there, and then fill the bench with those other support Pokemon that we were looking at before. So let's have a look to see what he's going to be grabbing as his first one. So he is playing a Genesect, which suggests he's probably got the same deck as me. You do come across it a lot. This is going to be very interesting. It's just going to be a race to see who can knock the other one out first, if that is the situation that we're in. Let's take another Mew. I'd like to get a Genesect of my own out there, just to make sure that we're drawing through the cards nice and quickly. But in the meantime, let's take an energy. We could use an energy for the next turn. And we will pop that up there as our stadium. There's nothing more we can do for now. There's no point in switching, but I think he's probably playing the same or a very similar deck as me. So expect to see Mews starting to appear on his bench, and he's going to be looking to do exactly the same thing that I'm doing, which yeah, he's got the exact same deck. Oh, he hasn't got the same deck. He's got Meloetta. Now, I think I saw a video where the latest regionals in Australia have been won by a Mew deck that contains Meloetta rather than the support that I've got in place, the support Pokemon that I've got. So it is a slightly amended version of this deck. He's got 3 Genesects out already, but no Mew so far. What that means, though, is he's going to be rifling through this deck and just going to have access to just about everything that he wants very, very quickly, which is not ideal. It's not ideal at all. We really need to pull a Genesect on our next turn, or we are going to have a problem. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-Pokemon, from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon. I'm going to say, got to read the symbol there. It does damage. Well, all of our Pokemon that we're likely to attach energy to are psychic, so we don't need to worry about that at all. He is not playing Mew in this deck, is he? It's a Meloetta deck, which I don't think I've come across before. What does Meloetta evolve into? Because I'm not particularly afraid of that on its own. Oh god, actually, I've just seen what it does. 70 damage for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So if he attaches like 4 Fusion Strike energy anywhere across these, so that's immediately now gone up to 140 damage on both that one and that one. We need to keep that boss's orders ready, because we're going to need to keep them out of the active as much as possible. This is... We're losing this one because I am afraid and I don't know what to do about it. Oh, no, 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 no. They're going to take my Mew out straight away. Oh, no. We have a problem. We have a big, big problem. That is so powerful. That is terrifying. Right. Job one. Job one would be get them well away from active, but we kind of need to... We need to power up. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Just by not getting that Genesect, it has all gone wrong here. I mean, we'll do it. We'll try and we'll hope that they don't have a switch somewhere in amongst all of that, but I suspect they probably will. Let's pop that back onto there. And I think we're probably going to be taken out on this next turn, because they have just... Getting those Genesects out early, like I said, has allowed them to rifle through their deck. They've already drawn over half their deck. They only have 20 cards remaining. I've got 42 cards remaining. They have basically been able to get through that deck, grab every card they could possibly want out of it. And I suspect if they have a switch in there, they're about to pick up the win. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They have done me up like a kipper there, boys and girls. Although they seem to have lost an energy somewhere. Oh, no, the energy's there. Yeah, we might as well just concede. Yeah. Let's let him have his fun. Really, he should just be going in for the kill now. It's almost as if he doesn't realize he's got the game won, because he's still faffing around. And there we have it. Game is won. And that is a demonstration of me still being very new and not knowing how to react when I see something I've not seen before in game. I know the stuff that I've learned. I still have a lot to learn. I am loving playing this game online. If you want to play with me, just send me a friend's request. I've got a few of you on here already, but it's Leluja on here, just like it is on everything else. I will endeavor to add a few of you on here. And like I say, if enough people enjoy this video, if it looks like there's going to be enough interest, we'll look to do some kind of little tournaments. It looks like you can set up lobbies on here, so we can get a group of us together, do a little tournament. Could be fun. But hopefully that was a nice little introduction to Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, PTCGO, what they call it. If you are new to it, or if you've played it a gazillion times before, a little insight into how I'm playing it and the deck that I'm using currently. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Pokemon and collecting and nerdy stuff. And thank you very much for watching.